Survivor Series, this is the other guy.
And I'm MTO, and I gotta say, this pay-per-view gave us everything that we wanted. I mean, John Morrison got booed. Zack Ryder showed up. We got Beth Phoenix squashing Mickie James. We got Nikki Bella.
It was a very good pay-per-view Survivor Series, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say the fans here were better than the fans at Money in the Bank. Alright, so before you watch this video, be sure to dislike this video 1,000,000 times. Be sure to unsubscribe to all our accounts, and be sure to vote on the poll below. Please click on the link. Just click on the link below and you'll see what the categories are. And remember, you can vote for more than one, so if you click on the Divas poll, you can vote for AJ and Layla at the same time. So the first match of the night was, I'm going to go on a limb and say it was match of the night. Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison for the U.S. Championship. And you know what, from these guys you really don't expect anything less. But I think John Morrison may have proved something to you here. He's probably just not all flashy. That the guy can put on a fantastic match. It was pretty sad though. He was getting booed the whole time, and We Want Ryder chants went throughout the whole match, despite the fact these guys put on one of the best matches of the year.
Yeah, I'll admit, Morrison didn't do too bad, but the only thing I could focus on was how much the crowd hated him for taking Zack Ryder's spot, and that is just hilarious because John Morrison, he's on his way out the company apparently. And these fans are showing them how much they give a crap about John Morrison.
Alright, then we got a run-in from Zack after the we were like going ballistic wanting to see him, but luckily he fights back. He goes John Cena on him, and it looks like Zack Ryder is going to be the next #1 contender, hopefully, instead of Mason Ryan.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that is, I actually seriously believe that Zack Ryder got just as big of a reaction as The Rock did. What does that tell you?
So then we get the Divas match between Beth Phoenix and Mickie James. Yeah, this was just not very good. You know what? Honestly, this is like the only match that the fans weren't into, and if you can't get these fans into your match, that's how you know this was terrible.
And I don't even remember them ever announcing that this was going to be a Lumberjill match, even though it was great because we got to see Nikki Bella, and that was basically the highlight of the whole match.
The only thing that was good about this match was the end where Beth did the glam slam from the top rope, but that was pretty awesome, but you know, that was it. But now the question is, who the hell does Beth face next? Is Alicia Fox next on the list?
No, you're wrong. The next #1 contender, the next person that is going to take the championship from Beth Phoenix is Nikki Bella. Mark my words, Beth Phoenix has yet to pin Nikki Bella this year. Alright, so then it was the 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match. Not a lot really stood out from this match, really, except two things. Number one, the king of botching, Sin Cara, managed to find another way to make botching into his signature. He botched his way into elimination. He injured himself by botching. It was one of the most biggest shockers of the year. Bigger than The Rock returning, bigger than Daniel Bryan winning Money in the Bank, bigger than Del Rio cashing in Money in the Bank, bigger than anything that WWE has done within the last 30 years. Randy Orton loses clean to Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes. Now, I was just thinking this entire match, stupid Randy Orton's going to single-handedly eliminate all these guys, but no, it doesn't happen. Wade Barrett wins clean, and this is definitely mark-out moment and shocker of the year, and I want to mark out for it even more, but I'm still holding true. This is just a temporary thing. Because I still believe that Randy Orton by the end of the year, I'm still not sold on this. Unless this happens for at least another year, I'm still believing that Randy Orton is not going to change, and this is just temporary. So I really wish that stuff like this will continue more often, but it's not going to. So hallelujah, they really are trying to push Barrett to the moon again. You know what? I wasn't really taking the Barrett barrage seriously until now. Up next, the World Heavyweight Championship match. I'm sure no one was expecting a classic 5-star match, and we didn't really get one. It started off worst Divas match. I mean, even the crowd chanted boring, and the crowd was like, they were chanting for The Undertaker. They were chanting random stuff, and then they just started to pick up. That was like their wake-up call, and then the match, well, it didn't get good, but it got more entertaining. It was more shock value-ish, so it was pretty good. Then it was Alberto Del Rio versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship, and if I must say so myself, people say CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank was a 5-star match. I'm saying this match is a 10-star match. That's right, this match went above and beyond. This was actually a lot better than that match was. It was faster pacing, they did more moves, it was actually a little more exciting than the...
This was just a fantastic match that I could watch over and over again, because these guys actually worked at a higher pace. These guys actually worked like, they had even better false finishes and all that stuff, so it was great stuff here. And it, seriously, I think that it rivals that match between Gunner and Garrett Bischoff this past Thursday on Impact.
Now, I know people are going to jizz about CM Punk being champion again, and I agree that CM Punk is going to be a better champion. I'm not arguing that he's going to be a worse champion than Alberto Del Rio, but what I'm kind of tired of is these people. These are the same people that complain whenever championships change hands quickly. Like when CM Punk lost the championship, people were complaining, oh, he lost it too quick. When Alberto Del Rio lost it to John Cena, people were complaining, oh, he was only champion for a month. How could you do that? And yet when it's someone that wins a championship that you like, when it's one of your favorite wrestlers or something, you really don't care how long the person they beat was champion. I mean, what happened to the quicker championship changes, the lower the value of the championship becomes?
It's just that his fans, they got so butthurt, like Mitch from the Wrestling Guru, they get so butthurt when CM Punk loses it right away. They complain that they lose championships too quickly. And yet, when it happens to a guy that they don't like, Alberto Del Rio, in favor of a guy they do like in CM Punk, oh, it's no problem. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly... So then we get the too hyped up tag team match between John Cena and The Rock. This match started out entertaining. It was a house on fire. And then it was, as soon as The Rock tagged out, it's like, not only did the fans die, but like, the match got slower. Everything stopped going as good as it did.
This match actually went kind of how I predicted it was going to be. Like, I thought that The Rock wasn't going to get tagged in until the last 2 minutes of the match to get the win. And that's pretty much the way it ended up happening. I mean, he did get tagged in the first 5 minutes. It's pretty much the way I predicted it was going to be. And all I can really say about it is that it was a cool to see The Rock get back in the ring and actually wrestle and show that he still has it. It was a great moment is what it was. But yeah, my only problem, like you, is that Awesome Truth just seemed like afterthoughts, and it seemed like The Rock and John Cena were more focused on each other than they were on actually beating their opponents. Hey, it's an honor for The Miz and R-Truth to even be in that match in the first place, so it's either way, it's a good thing.
So then toward the end of the match, they waste about 20 minutes worth of shit just standing there playing to the crowd. Like, did they really need all this time to, like, build up and, like, establish that they're still enemies?
Well, just don't be surprised if tomorrow night on Raw we get a 20-minute replay showing the entire stare down that, like, they like to do with everything that The Rock does.
So I guess that's it. You know what? This is actually one of the better shows of the year. I definitely rank it in the top 4 year. And, so yeah, it was a pretty damn good show. So I'm going to give it a negative 17 out of 3 billion.
Yeah, overall, I really like this pay-per-view. I mean, the matches themselves weren't all that great, but the crowd definitely made up for it, and the results made up for it even more. I loved every result of this pay-per-view.
So, this has been the other guy for the MTOMA reviews, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Good, and bye.